Banky special.
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man. My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.
Shout out to everybody out there on Team Banky Pound, man. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. I know the first thing y'all notice is my voice, man. As I told y'all, I was around Mama Pound last week, and she has been dealing with a head virus, which affects her throat and her coughing and, the raspiness of the voice. Well, looks like I have contracted it as well from her, but I don't feel that bad. It's just something that's in my throat. So, you know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna have to deal with my voice, man, being a little bit off key, but hey, it's par for the course, man. I wouldn't have had it no other way. I had to be there for my mother and had to give her hugs and I had to give her kisses. So that's just what it is. So for a while, until my voice get better, man, this is what you gonna hear. It sounds like I can hear it. I know y'all can hear it as well. By now, y'all should be familiar with my voice and how I sound. But it ain't that bad, It's just what it is, It's just like in prison, man. You got to keep on going no matter what, because it ain't no breaks, So I got to get y'all this positive energy out here. Ain't no breaks, just like in there, man. You don't get no off days, The off day, the day you lay off might be the day that you get knocked off, So you got to stay alert. You got to stay on point. The show must go on, so I got to keep on bringing y'all this good, positive vibes, man, because we got to get this message out there to the people, man. And the message is, like I said, the stories that I tell and the picture that I paint, I want someone to be able to look at these things and ask yourself, seriously ask yourself, do you want to live this type of life, that I'm showing you that happens behind them walls? Or do you want to stay out here in this free world and, take your chances out here? And I would hope that any video that I ever put up, that someone would choose this life over the life that I'm showing you that exists on the other side of them walls, man. So with that being said, let's get into it, man. A whole lot of y'all been asking me for more stories on Syfu, right? And what I was trying to let y'all know is I wasn't around Syfu for a long period of time, couple of years, and I've heard many more stories of her, but I don't like to really tell stories that I heard because, even if you heard over and over again, you have to put in the pieces and make it, and take out of it what you know to be true. Because if you heard the same thing over and over again consistently, then it's a lot of truth to it. But a lot of dudes will, you could hear the story here, then you heard there, and there'd be different parts in it. So if I wasn't there, then I don't really like to tell it. But y'all let me know, and I'll let y'all know if if y'all want to hear some of the things that I've heard about them. I'll let you know that as well. But I'm gonna tell you something that I do know, and I do remember being around with Syfu. So this was a crazy incident to me too. Like I say, when I usually sit down here to tell y'all these stories, I usually go straight from memory, and then almost 100% of the time when I finish doing the video, it's something else that pop up in my head that I know I should have told y'all that I forgot. But that's just how it be, because I never, sit down with the intent to, memorize everything I tell you. As I'm talking, these things are coming into my head, and I'm telling y'all what I'm remembering in real time, how I'm remembering it. But always when the videos is over, I always remember more things by talking to y'all in the process. But yeah, I remember this incident is, now I remembered it after, I did the Syfu story. But this was crazy to me too, because it's always crazy to me when people know about somebody. You know they dangerous. You know this person has this reputation or that, and you still will find some of these fools is what I would call them. Suicide bombers, crazy dude. They want to, try somebody like that. I guess out here with what y'all call it these days, these young folks, clout chasing or whatever. People who want to try to challenge these dudes or try to, dethrone them or do something to them just so they can get a reputation themselves. In some type of way, in their mind, they feel like if they can, take out a person or get a victory over a person that has a reputation, then they will in turn inherit that person's reputation and make them be looked at in the light that this person is looked at. But I think when you got a plan like that, man, you got something wrong with you, because you always got to, factor in, what if it don't work? What's the consequences? What if it don't work? So yeah, man. But I can remember, Syfu too. He used to train dudes, right? If he really, rock with you or like you, or he was around you and dudes he felt like was sincere and really, was humble and wanted to learn, he had little classes, that he would teach dudes, kung fu or whatever type of weaponry or form of martial art that he was using. He would teach dudes that, and you would see him out on the yard, at different times with 2, 3, 4 dudes, and he would be teaching them things. And people would be looking, and, birds picking up seeds, being nosy, watching, I ain't gonna lie, I done sit over there and watched them a couple of times myself as well, just out of curiosity. But he used to teach dudes. And since I've done this Syfu story, people have told me or hit me in the comments and said that, they either grew up in the area that he was around, and he did the same thing when he was out here on the street. He used to be teaching people like in parks, and you used to see him early in the morning jogging with a whole, group of people behind him. And he used to teach that stuff because, the martial arts was really, really this dude's life, man. It was his passion. This was something that he loved to do. And it just so happened that, he did it well, So he did that in prison as well, man. He used to teach dudes, and he had a select few that he would, rock with. Now, mind you, we in prison, so, it's always going to be, hate going on in prison because it's a hate factory. People might just hate on you for any reason, man. And then Syfu, he was not like, he looked more, to me, from my opinion of him and from me dealing with him, he was really a humble dude. And he didn't really look at you as if, color or race or whatever like that. So even the white dudes, they used to take to him, man, because, 9 times out of 10, the white dudes is going to be humble in prison anyway, because really they have no choice. So he used to be, they used to take to him because he was a kind-hearted dude. So he used to be teaching white dudes, a couple of them. And as well as black dudes, but a couple of white dudes. So being that we in prison, like I say, just the rumor mill, everybody always want to throw hate on you. So dudes used to be running around whispering, not to him, but whispering, yeah, well, he teaching the white boys because he probably trying to turn them out. He probably trying to freak with them or something, woo. And say things like that, put bad rumors and stuff on the man's name, man. In prison, we call that putting a bad bone out on you, And dudes will do that, because they say that about everybody in prison. That's the go-to, Oh, well, he doing this, he must be messing around with them boys or boo. That's the go-to in prison, when people want to slander your name or whatnot. But I never really looked at them like that. I never really seen that in them. But, dudes said that because they was basically hating, because of the fact that he used to be, training the white dudes out there on the yard. But it used to be black dudes as well. But he trained them, and you would see him with them, or he would be going to chow with them or something if he was in their vicinity or in their block, because he had dudes that he trained that wasn't in the block with him as well. They would come outside and meet on the rec yard, and they'd be over there, in their little own space doing their own thing. Well, the incident that I remember was he was training this one in particular white dude that used to come out there, but the white dude was not in the block with him. So he used to be training the dude. The dude used to be with the little group that he had at the time. I believe it was a group about 3 or 4. I think it was two white dudes, 2 black dudes. Well, this one in particular dude, the building that he was in, you know, the hate started coming out on him. Dudes in his block started putting a little pressure on him. Or like saying little things to him like, oh yeah, you out there training with old kung fu, old karate dude now. So now you tough. You one of them tough white boys now. Yeah. And then they saying things like, N word, like, N will still take your commissary. You still gonna get taxed. You a white boy, you still ain't gonna do nothing. Yeah. But what he showed you, what he show me something. They was pressing him, you know what I'm saying? So he ain't really, he down there by himself. He not down there with Syfu or anything. So I guess he was feeling the pressure. He really won't respond back, really won't saying nothing. But dudes was pressing him, you know what I'm saying? And I guess he was taking it to a point where as to he really didn't want to say nothing to Syfu because he didn't really want to start no trouble. And or two, from my guesstimation, he was scared. You know what I'm saying? He was kind of scared, which he should have been, because like I say, the odds is gonna be stacked against him. I've told y'all many times, in prison, it's people of color, like myself and any people of color, we not the minority in prison, we are the majority in prison. So I can understand, him being scared or whatever, and dudes just pressing you and coming at you like that, and you on your own. And you're a white guy, you know what I'm saying? But at the same, because if you're a white guy, either way, you ain't got no victories, because even your victory gonna be short-lived. Because like I said, in my 33 years of doing time, I haven't seen, now it's been some bad white boys in there now. I told y'all there's one named McNabb. It's been some bad white boys, but I haven't personally seen, a white guy just, savagely beat or get out on, a black guy or a minority, and him not suffer the consequences, you know what I'm saying? Because dudes gonna jump on him, you know what I'm saying? Because they not gonna have it, they not gonna see it. You see what I'm saying? They not gonna just sit back, as if, the incidents that I've told y'all about when you see somebody in prison, 2 dudes, they go one-on-one or whatever, even if the Bethlehem is in play, or they, hitting each other or trying to hit each other up, and then one get the advantage on the other. People ain't gonna get in it if it ain't their beef, it ain't their smoke. They not gonna get in it, because there's consequences to that as well. But if that same scenario that I have previously explained or seen to y'all and gave y'all stories about, if that was a white guy doing that to a black guy, and it was a fair, one-on-one, somebody gonna get in it. They just not gonna have it. You know what I'm saying? They not gonna have it. So I can understand his fear to that extent, because of the environment and his surroundings. So I guess it got too much for him though, because he said something to Syfu about, and like I said, Syfu is a super humble dude, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? He's a super humble dude. If you talk to him, he's soft-spoken. He laugh, he joke, you know what I'm saying? And they can tell you, man, if you look at him, you stuck. If you don't know nothing about him and you just look at him, you gonna look at a dude that look like he got a dad bod. He ain't got no muscles. But man, I'm telling you, man, the things that I seen this man be able to do, it will amaze you, because it amazed me. And I was young at the time too, but just to see how fast he can move, how fast his feet move, and just looking at him, because like I say, I was young, so in my mind, I was like brainwashed too, like looking at people and judging them from the way they look. Or like he looks strong, so he is strong. Or he look fast, or he look athletic, so he is athletic. Or he don't, so he's not. That was my thinking back at that time. Where he changed that. He changed that thinking, because looking at him, it does not look even physically possible that he can do the things that he do. But he can, and he does, because I've seen it. This is not what I heard. This is what I seen with these right here. So I know how, that can throw a person off, but but like I say, he humble. So dude told him, obviously, and he's going to address it, but he's not going to address it the way the dudes usually address things in prison. In prison, dudes usually address things, especially something that they feel is off. They address it in an aggressive manner. Like, they pulling up on you with the smoke. They pulling up on you with the Bethlehem. They pulling up on you with bad intentions. He ain't coming at you like that. He coming at you on some humble, more or less like the Muslims do. The Muslims will pull up on you when they got a beef. They gonna pull up on you humble. But make no mistake about it, they ready for war. They ready for war when they pull up on you. But they not giving you that impression when they pull up on you. They pulling up on you humble, but the war is right behind it, depending upon how you respond. And I think Syfu takes the same approach. He pull up on you humble. But when you when you don't accept that humbleness, yeah, he ready for you. Yeah, he ready for you. He ready for you. And see, just like in life, more so, I don't know, more so in prison. I just say more so in prison because I was there longer than I was out here. But I say more so in prison, man. People take kindness for weakness. People take meekness for softness. And that right there is probably the quickest way to get you to the graveyard. Because if you underestimate somebody, that's when you put your life on the line even that much more. Because you never know the capabilities of another person. You never know what they can do, and you never know what they will do. But yeah, so I can remember the incident, man, because they was out on the yard, and I guess he was getting ready to start class that day. His teaching and had his dudes out there. And, he talked to the dude, and the dude told him what was going on. And I guess he pointed out who he was talking about. So Syfu and the one dude, the white dude that had the issue, they go pull up on the dude that they had the issue with. So Syfu go to talk to the dude and wanted to talk to him like, look, brother, let me talk to you for a minute, about something. And basically what his whole agenda was to humbly ask them to stop pressing dude. You know what I'm saying? Dude ain't looking for no trouble. Dude ain't looking for no smoke or nothing. Could you just please ease up off of him, let him, go on about his business. Dude don't know how to take a warning. Dude don't know how to take a hint. So I guess he was prepared for that. I don't know if they was plotting. I'm just going in the mind frame of them by their response. I don't know if they was plotting on him, or they had some type of scheme, or they figured out, boom, boom, boom. I know this joker coming. We're gonna be waiting on him. Because when he pull up on him, he doing the old fake moves, the pump fake moves, what we call in prison. He put his hands in his pants like he got that Bethlehem, and he was like, don't do it. Don't pull up on me. Don't pull up on me about no white boy. Don't pull up on me about nothing. I don't rock with you. I don't deal with you. And Syfu is more like, brother, I'm just trying to talk to you, man. I'm just, nah, N-word, nah, I ain't trying to hear it. What's up? What's up? What's up? I do what I want to do. I do when I want to do, man. Don't come, he got that type of attitude. So Syfu still on the homicide, still trying to talk to him. But then old boy got a couple of his dudes out there too, and they, making them little funky breaks, what we call it. They making them little moves like they getting in position, and they both tucking like they got their hand in their pants or their hand in their little jacket like they got something. So he see all that, he peeping all that. Just as he see all that, we on the yard see all that, because when little things like that start to happen, it's like it can be low. It can be low key. It ain't even got to be loud. It ain't even got to be no yelling going on. But it's just the movement on the yard will start to. It's like you got movement on the yard. Everything moving. People playing basketball. People playing horseshoes. People gambling. People doing everything. But when something like, it's moving pots going on out there on the yard. But when something like that happen, or when the danger is in the air, something give it to happen, it's like the moving parts start doing like this. It's just start moving slow, and it's like you can smell it or feel it. So people start looking around, and that's when I became aware, as well as other people became aware, like, it's some trouble out here, you know what I'm saying? So that's the best way that I can describe it. When I tell you, like when you've been in prison so long, you can feel danger, you can smell it, it be in the air. It's not so much as what you hear, it's like what you feel, your senses. You know, you know because you done been around it so much. Because I think at the time when this incident happened, I was jogging, right? I was jogging on the yard, but it's like when I could see, and when you jogging, you in the zone. You know, you in the zone. You trying to control your breathing or whatever. You in the zone. But I could see the movement on the yard. Like I say, then I see things like, you know, and I'm like, boom. So as I'm jogging, I'm like, oh, okay, what's going on out here? And, you know, you got to look around. You got to see it, because that slow movement, it could very well mean somebody coming at you and you don't even know it. So you got to, yeah, what the business is. So when I see that, and I look around and I see where the focus at, and it's on them. So, you know, yeah, you got to stop what you're doing, you know what I'm saying? Because like I say, if it go down, anything can happen. If something get real crazy, you know, tell them what might happen. They might start shooting on the yard or something. So you got to be aware of your surroundings at all times in there. So, you know, like a lot of dudes, they used to jog out there and work out and stuff with the headphones on. Not me. Never me. No. You know, I got to hear it as well as see what's going on. You know, you could be unaware of something and you got them headphones on. Somebody could be coming up behind you trying to do something to you. And you may have a partner or somebody on the yard that might warn you. They might, yo, bank. And you can't hear. So, you know, that could cost you. So I never warn like that. But anyway, like I say, you know, so I seen what was going on. I peeped. I stopped jogging, you know, started walking instead of jogging, just looking around, seeing what was going on. But I was focused on what the situation was over there as well. But yeah, so the situation was getting out of hand because dude was being aggressive. He was being aggressive in the way he talked. He was being aggressive in the way he was responding. And he being aggressive by keeping his hand in his pants. And he like asking Syfu, like, what's up? What's up? And you could see the white dude, he probably turning the same color my shirt is right now. He was scared, you know what I'm saying? He was scared, you know, because he could see the danger as well and the potential of what could happen with the situation. So Syfu, like I said, was more or less being humble to the dude, saying, bro, it ain't about all of that. All we just asking is for you just to leave him alone, let him do his time, let him mind his business, man, you know. Like, what you got to do with it? What you got to do with it? What you got to do with another man? You know what I'm saying? What you got to, it ain't a point about me having nothing to do with another man, my brother. He one of my students. Students are what, man? We ain't in no school. You know, man, this joker tripping. That's how dude coming off. See, it's fun and games now. You know what I'm saying? It's fun and games, and you saying slick stuff, trying to get people to laugh, or, you know what I'm saying, trying to get people to get on your side, but the dude that you playing with ain't to be played with. You know, somebody should have, you know, pulled your coat and let you know. This ain't the one to be playing with. So Syfu is steady like walking up to him, but he in a humble posture. He like, brother, let me talk to you. And dude like, you know, he like ready to pull this thing. Like, man, don't walk up on me. Don't walk up on me. And Syfu told him, he said, don't do that. Don't do that, brother. Don't do that. Don't do what? Don't do what? You know, and then his other little buddies is getting closer and closer, and he look at him and he tell him, he said, this ain't that, brother. We not here for that. We not here for that. And then the belligerents come out, man, F you. You know what I'm saying? Calling them gay. You probably gay anyway. That's your boy, all that type of stuff. And then he steady being humble. Then he starts saying something to the white dude. You know, as if like, oh, so you don't want to told somebody, like you trying to start something? Okay, I got you when you come back to the block. I got you. And that's when the situation was even get out of hand, because now you threatening the dude. He here to tell you leave the dude alone. Now you threatening the dude right in front of him, which making him feel like the dude gonna be scared to go back to the block because he's scared of repercussions. So now you causing the incident. So he telling him you not gonna do nothing to him. You know what I'm saying? He be like, what the F you mean? Man, you don't tell me what to do. You don't tell me what to do. So boom, he walking up to him. Dude try to pull the joint out. So when he pulled the joint out, Syfu just stepped back, right? He pulled the joint out, and the other dudes that's with him, it's like two other dudes with him. It's some other dudes there, but I don't know if they with him or not. But they like acting like they clutching like they got their stuff too. So Syfu tell him, man, he said, that ain't it, man. That's not what you want to do, brother. That's not what you want to do, and it's not what I want to do. So he told him, back up then, back up, N-word, back up. You know, so Syfu steady, slowly walking towards him. And man, he act like he was gonna do something and charge him. And he swung that joint one time and he just like moved, just a subtle move, man. He just moved back out of the way and he's still being methodical and he looking at these dudes. And he said, what's up? What's up, brother? It's not about that. He like, and he pump faking like he really want to go at him. And man, he charged like he trying to hit him. And man, I'm telling you, this is kind of hard to explain. I don't know if when I explain it, if it's going to come out like I seen it. Because I'm going to tell you something. The way I seen it, it looked like a movie. You know what I'm saying? Everything, incident that I seen with him, to me, it looked like a movie. Because it's like stuff that you see on TV, like it's choreographed, like, how you watch, I guess, I don't know, come to mind, like Van Damme or Steven Seagal or something. You see how he dismantle dudes. In your mind, you be thinking, okay, yeah, well, he know that stuff for real, but this is like choreographed, like that ain't gonna happen like that in real life, because bang, bang, that's what I be thinking. You hit, man, boom, boom, then you gonna drop somebody and they ain't gonna be able to do all that flipping and kicking. Nah, it don't work like that. Man, this don't look like a choreographed movie, because when he swung that joint, it was like, from my point of view, it was like he took like his arm and turned it around like that, and he flipped him. He grabbed him, flipped him, bang, on the ground. And when he did that, when dude hit the ground, he on top of him like with his knee in his chest, and he got the knife out his hand. He got the knife out his hand, man. And the other dudes is like pump faking, like, get off up, get off. And he throws the knife over to the side and he let the dude up. He let him up and he like, look, I ain't trying to hurt y'all brothers. I ain't trying. And the other dude like, you ain't hurt me. You ain't gonna, but you scared because you would have ran up on him when he got your man on the ground. So you know he gonna hurt you. So you not that stupid. And then dude, he jump up like, he, now he embarrassed, but he jump up like he really want to do something. And like he ball his fist up, but he don't even attempt to swing. He's talking, where my jump? And he looking for his jump. So Syfu is telling the dudes, man, listen, bro, let's leave the dude alone. I don't want no trouble. I'm peaceful. Woo. And they talking, they yapping and cussing and all this and all that. So dude trying to find his jump, but he can't find his jump. So he run over there to one of the two dudes that's supposed to be with him and get his jump. He said, man, give me. He get the jump. So he like, what's up, man? What's up? Why you do that? And Syfu was just as calm. He telling him, brother, I'm telling you, don't do it. Don't do it, brother. Don't do it. The white dude, I know people wondering where he at, and I'm looking and wondering where he at too. He right there, but he terrified. He over there in a posture like, because I think he thinks somebody might run at him, but he ain't no more than 5-6 feet away from Syfu. You see what I'm saying? So then the dudes, the other white dude and the two black dudes that usually work out with Syfu, they came over there as well. So now it looked like it's getting ready to be some super brawl stuff going on out there. But Syfu see them over there and he just do like this and he tell them like, nah, don't come over here, because he don't want it to look like what it is. And then the more people that get crowded around out on the yard, eventually the tower gonna see what's happening and they gonna put the spotlight on it and they gonna call, and there's gonna be 100 police out on the yard in 5 minutes. So Syfu is trying to calm these dudes down, and they talking loud, drawing the crowd, because dude is embarrassed because he just got a knife taken away from him and slammed on his back, and dude that just threw the knife away and let you up. And this happened in a matter, I'm talking like a split second. Boom, 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 boom. That was it. You know what I'm saying? Like some stuff you see in a movie. And man, I'm telling you, them dudes, I think the dudes that was with him, I think, they was stupid for even messing with him from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? When it's already known over the whole yard, how you not know? This ain't the dude to play with. But I think they had even more sense than they realized, because they didn't try to charge him when he had old boy on the ground, and then they didn't do nothing the rest of the time running in their mouth. You know what I'm saying? That's it. They didn't like try to bum rush him as dude did, because they can see what the county is, man. You see how, you ain't seen nothing like that before. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't seen nothing like that before. So I think that kept him at bay, and he just kept talking to him, and he was talking calmly. He was like, brother, you see, it's people out here, everybody looking at us, brother. It ain't about that. I don't want no trouble. I'm just trying to let you know, just leave my homie alone, man. Leave my student alone. That's all I'm asking you. I don't want no trouble. Dude is steady. He don't want to listen. He just steady. Cause no, F that. You don't try to embarrass me. He said, brother, I ain't trying to embarrass you, brother. I stopped you from hurting me. I didn't even hurt you. I could have hurt you. I stopped you from hurting me. And he told me, no, F that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, okay. Yeah, he coming in the block. And they see he telling them, don't bother him. Please don't bother him. You know what I'm saying? And man, it just went on, and then dudes was starting to move around there because they see that these dudes pump faking. They see they not gonna run up on him. So that's what they want to see. They want to see that drama. They want to see that, and they saw it for a split second, and they wanted to see more. But the dudes that was gonna be his opponents, they didn't want to see no more. So they stayed their ground and they just ran their mouth, And I think it ended by him basically, letting them know, brother, if you do something to him, it's going to turn out bad. You know what I'm saying? I humbly ask you, you know what I'm saying? I'm begging you. I'm not above begging. I'm begging. Don't bother. When he come back to the block, don't bother. You know what I'm saying? And that's how the situation ended. He told the brother, he said, man, I'm leaving in peace, and I hope it stay in peace. And he took a white dude, and the rest of his dude, he went back over there and started doing his thing. They over there doing normally what happens in prison anyway. Ain't nobody get locked up because the people ain't come. They over there running their mouth, talking, and getting in their little mob or whatever. I can only imagine. I can only imagine what they were saying, And I know somebody in the group was saying, "Man, this dude took you to the ground so fast. I won't running up on him." Somebody said it. I know somebody said it. Because or either he asked him, "Man, why y'all ain't help me?" Some would say it, but don't nobody know that because you ain't in their little circle. But I do know from that point on, I looked to make sure that when I went on the yard, just my mental note was the white dude the incident was about, was he still out there with Syfu and working out every day? And he was, which tells me that no matter all the mouth they was talking, no matter all the stuff they was running, they did not bother that white boy when he came back in that block. You see what I'm saying? They did not. I don't know what happened down there because I ain't down there. But I know they didn't bother him because if they would have bothered him, he wouldn't have been out there. If they would have did something to him, he would have been locked up in medical or did whatever. So the message that he sent, they received. You see what I'm saying? They received. If they had a plan or a plot to try to get him, and that was their whole scheme, when he come out there, mess with the white boy, get him out there, boom, we gonna do this to him, we get a rep. It ain't work. You know what I'm saying? It ain't work. And in my opinion, you got off real lucky, man, because the dude had the knife in his hand with his knee in your chest, my dude. He could have killed you. He could have did what he wanted to do to you. But like I said, Syfu was a humble dude, man. He was really a humble soul. He just had dangerous abilities. Yeah, his abilities made him dangerous, man. But at heart, man, he was a humble dude, man. And I know y'all, a lot of y'all asked about Syfu. I know y'all wanted to hear a story where he didn't, snap somebody's neck or, did something like that. And I'm quite sure he would do that if he had to. But the overall, characteristics of him is he got all of these abilities to do things to people, man. But from my perspective, he don't really want to hurt nobody. And he only engage when he's attacked or when he's defending somebody else. He not going to initiate no drama with you. He not that type of dude. That's the penitentiary mentality where, dudes be looking for smoke or dudes be trying to make an example or dudes be, he not that type of dude. He the type of dude to end up making an example out of somebody because somebody needed to be made an example out of. You know what I'm saying? But if he could give you a break, man, he probably, I would say he's probably the far as all the most, the most dangerous dudes I've known, he's probably one of them or the only one that I knew out of those type of dudes with those type of characteristics that will show you mercy. The average dude that I done told y'all about, this vicious, they ain't gonna have no mercy on him. You know, they not. And that's 99.9% of the dudes in prison. I told you, prison is unforgiving. You know, ain't nobody gonna have no mercy on you. The rules in prison is when you go down, they try to keep you down, you know, and they try to put you down to make sure you don't get up, because this is their time to send a message to the rest of the population that this is what happens when you mess with me. Syfu was not the type of dude that had to send that message. His message was that if you mess with me, man, you're not gonna prevail. You know, and it's only gonna be as worse as you make it. You know what I'm saying? So to me, that was a powerful message within itself. You know, but them dudes, man, they did their self a disservice when they fooled with them. They did their self a great service when they let it go and went on about their business. You know what I'm saying? That's probably one of the best decisions that they made, because it only would have went as far as they was willing to push. You know. And but that, I remember that incident, man, because like I say, it was right there on the yard when I was jogging. But dude is he legendary in there with that type of stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? I think out of all the dudes that I known or heard about in prison or ran across that knew some type of martial arts, some type of self-defense and judo or whatever, you know, he's known. He well known. And he definitely was the best that I seen. Now, you know, this new era, right before I left out of prison, you had a lot of dudes coming in, a lot of white guys too, that was coming in that knew a lot of that MMA stuff, because over the years that MMA stuff had got bigger and bigger, you know what I'm saying? So you had some white dudes that was coming into prison there and they got locked up for whatever reason, and they knew that MMA stuff. And that's different too, you know, and they weren't as scared as the average white guy, because they felt like they could defend themselves. But then again, like I told you, we in prison, so the odds is still gonna be stacked against you. But whenever you have the ability to defend yourself, you stand a greater chance of not getting hurt, you know, and people not really, you know, bringing that drama to your door. Because like I told you before, everybody is a soldier until it's time for war, you know, because don't nobody really want that war, you know. So, but I just wanted to give y'all that, man. That was one of them Syfu stories, man, because so many comments kept asking about Syfu. Syfu was on my brain this morning. Even with my voice like this, I wanted to bring it to y'all, man. And hopefully y'all like this story. Hopefully y'all get something out of it. And, you know, like I say, it's a blessing in every lesson, man. And the blessing is that, you know, Syfu had mercy on people that he did not have to have mercy on, you know. But in prison, that is that's a commodity, man, because most people ain't gonna have no mercy on you in there. And the blessing is you won't never have to be in there to find out, man. Stay out here in the free world, listen, process and take the information that I be pushing out to y'all about people like, you know, Syfu and all these other people that I've talked to y'all about in prison, and understand that you won't never have to live that type of life, man. Keep that type of stuff in your mind, that whatever going on out here, you know, it's a lot more going on inside there, you know, and you can't get away from that inside there as you can out here. So, you know, be safe out here, be smart, man, make good decisions, and stay out here with the living, man. We're not living in prison, man. We just surviving. You know, there is no living in prison, only surviving, man. And you out here, you're living. No matter how bad you think it gets, you're living. You know, no matter how tough and rough, you're living. You know, living over here, surviving over here. Stay with the living, man. Y'all be safe, be smart, make good decisions, man. I'll see y'all in a minute, man, and duck them hooks. Bang, 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 bang. They out there. They everywhere. Peace.
The Banky special.
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man. My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.